What's up, YouTube, Skynet, and the ever-expanding universe? This is Ruthless here, gonna bring you another ycroc video. Today, I think I'm gonna break down the deck just to give you a few ideas on what I'm doing, and how to actually play this deck to the best of your ability. I'm going to show you the leader real quick. It's going to be during your opponent's turn once per turn. When you return a Dawn from your field to the Dawn deck through one of your effects, add one Dawn from your Dawn deck as active. So that really synergizes well with the Miss All Wednesday here. She's going to be my blocker for 3. Dawn -1 when your opponent is attacking, if my leader is the Baroque Works, which Crocodile is. I can ramp 1 Dawn, and then with the Crocodile effect, I basically have 2 Dawn as active. After that, we're going to do the Mr. 2 Bonclay Bentham. It's a very nice card on play. I just add a Dawn from my Dawn deck as active. And then when Bonclay is attacking, I get to choose one of the your opponent's character cards, and we're matching powers. So if you have like the Gecko Moria, which is a 9k body, the Bonclay matches that nice and even. After that, we do have the big boss monster Crocodile on play -2 Dawn. If you have a Baroque Works leader, then you could add a life to your life total. It's really nice, synergizes really well, and then the on play, or when you're the once per turn effect is -1 Dawn, draw a card and trash a card. It's nice to get all those non-counter cards out of your hand, so that way you can kind of keep the momentum going. Next up, we have the Miss All Sunday on play. Add 1 rested Dawn to my area, and then if I have 6 or more Dawn, I get to draw a card. Usually you drop that on the 5 Dawn turn or your 6 Dawn turn, just so that way when it does ramp up to 6, you are still able to get the extra card there. After that, I do have a nice Miss Valentine's Searcher. Just search the top 5 for a Baroque Works card. Former Baroque Works cards, just like the Bonclay Bentham, do work, so it's awesome in that regard. And then I'm going to have two different 2K counters, both in the Baroque Works style, so that way you can search them up with the Miss Valentine's, and then they're both going to be like a just in case you need the ramp ability. So the Mr. 13 and Miss Friday, you would need to trash one of the character cards on your field. So if you have like the Miss Valentine's on the field, you can trash that and this card to ramp up a Dawn, which, again, in case of emergencies. And then we've got the Miss Double Finger. Again, it's another 2K. I may on play trash 1 card from my hand and then ramp the Dawn. Or for the trigger, I can neg 1 Dawn and then play this card, which then plays the on play effect. So again, they're both just in case of emergency, in case I don't see any of the previous rampers. Definitely helps out late game, and they're at least the Double Finger is at 4K, so all I would need to do is add 1 to her and then swing in. Next up, I do have the 9-drop Charlotte Linlin, where the on play is going to be neg 1, trash 1 card, and then I can add 1 card from the top of my deck to the top of my life. And then if I wanted to, I could add one of your characters for 6 cost or less to the top or bottom of your life. So it's definitely nice if you're going up against a black leader and they drop that Sabo down, and you know how their board can't be KO'd. Well, with this Linlin, it's not being KO'd. It's being put to the top of the deck, so it's fine and dandy. After that, I do have the 3-piece chicken meal. It's going to be the Baron Tamago blocker, the Count Nier Tori, and the Viscount Hyoko. All 3 of them synergize well. The only thing is you do need to have the Hyoko in hand in order for the Tamago to play out. But all 3 of them have the KO on your opponent's turn. If they do get KO'd, then you neg 1 and then just bring out the next one in the cycle. It's really nice. I love it. It definitely throws some of your opponents off guard because they're expecting to get rid of that board, and it's just really sticky, and it's fun. It's fun as hell, honestly. After that, I'm going to have another 2K. It's going to be the Capone Beige. I love this card simply because the trigger is absolutely amazing. Up to one of your opponent's leader or characters cannot attack during this turn. There is no cost or power stipulation. It would just be any character, any cost on the field, including leaders. So if you have a leader that has an ability that's like when attacking like Gecko Moria, you can definitely stop that in its place, and it's really nice. After that, I'm going to have a Kikinojo on KO. If your opponent's life is at 3 or less, place the top card of your deck to your life. So it's definitely a life gainer. It's another sticky card that they don't really want to swing into late game when they're low on life. Also, the trigger is another amazing one. If your opponent's life is at 3 or less, just play the card. No stipulation there, just play it. I love it. After that, we're going to have the Oh Come My Way, which is an amazing Baroque Works card. Dawn -1 if your leader is the Baroque Works. In its type, you can choose one of your characters to become its target. So essentially, if you have like a Kikinojo or the 9-Lin on board, and they swing in 8 end to life, you have 1 Dawn as active. You can use the Oh Come My Way, and you can either make them swing into the Okiku, and you can gain that life, or you can make them swing into the Lin and not have to worry about losing a character. So it's definitely a safeguard in that respect, and I just love it. If you did happen to watch my last video, I did say that you could replace the Katakuri for the Bond Clay, or the Bond Clay for the Katakuri. This 8-drop Katakuri actually does a lot of work for you, because it lets you put up to 1 character of a cost of 8 or less on the top or bottom of its owner's life face up. So what that means is that it could either be your character or your opponent's character. So if you yourself happen to be lower on life, and they happen to, like, let's say they have 3 life, and you either have the Miss All Sunday or the Kikinojo on the board, you could put either one and activate their trigger when they swing in again. So it's very fun, definitely a helpful, and it's an 8K body, so it is a large target. I do have one more deck for you. This is going to be for the 8.5 meta when the starter deck 20 comes out. As you can see, most of it's the same. I did change up a little of the numbers, and then I dropped most of the Baroque Works package. I added in a Sanji for 2, if I played it out for 2 Dawn when attacking. I can add the top or bottom of my life to my hand, and then I can add the top of my deck to my life. So it's definitely just like I don't want to say a searcher, but it definitely lets you kind of change out cards for things. I switched out the Miss Valentine's for the Charlotte Pudding because I'm definitely leaning more into the Big Moms package, so I would need a searcher there. Another 2K that I added in was going to be the Charlotte Brulee. It's more for the trigger effect. I can look at the top of my life or my opponent's life, put it at the top or bottom, and then add this card to hand. Most triggers like this usually have you trash the card, but this one goes to hand, so you can use the trigger and keep it. It's lovely. The other card that I added is going to be the new Stixlin. This card, you may trash one from your hand, and then your opponent has to discard either 2 cards from their hand or trash one of their life. So it's kind of like that 7-Lin where life or death. This one is just it makes the opponent really have to think whether they want their life or whether they like their hand. And especially when you are doing it towards the end of the game, when their opponent is already low on life and low in hand, it's very detrimental. So these are the 3 decks that I've put together. I'm still working on this one right here. If there is something that you wanted me to try to tech in, let me know. I'm always down for suggestions. I'm here gonna bring you one sim game of Purple Black King. My opponent won the coin toss, but they chose to go second, so I'm just gonna grab my 1 and pass the turn. They're gonna grab their 2, play out queen. They're gonna search up a page 1, and then they're gonna pass the turn. Now over to me, I'm gonna swing in 5, play out the Miss Wednesday, so that way when they attack on their turn, I can ramp up that 1 Dawn and go up to 6 on my next. Now on their turn, King is going to use all 4 of their Dawn to play out an ulti. They're going to neg 1 and pull out a page 1, swinging in for 5, where I'm going to use my Miss Wednesday effect to ramp that Dawn. Right here, I do think about swinging in for 7 and playing out the Kikinojo, but instead I decided to do a little search just because they do have a bigger board presence than I do. I find the Miss Wednesday, I swing in for 6, and then I'm going to play out the Miss Wednesday. So that way I have 2 blockers. I can at least block out of one of them while still ramping up continuously every turn after. Before they start swinging, they play out the Kid blocker, which when they neg a Dawn, it basically stops them from negging the Dawn. So now they're going to swing in 5 with the ulti. I'm going to use the Miss Wednesday that I'm going to block with, so that way I'm still able to use her effect if I wanted to. Then I'm just going to give them a 2k out. They're going to swing in 7 with the page 1, and I'm going to take it because I don't have any counter for it. At this point in the game, I want to manage their board, so I'm going to swing 5 into their ulti, and they're going to take it, and I'm going to use the big moms to get rid of their blocker. Because as much as their 6k is, the page 1 is kind of scary, the blocker is much more scary. But unfortunately, they have another page 1 that plays an ulti out of the trash, and then ulti plays another page 1. So he's got a big old board, and it is not going well for me. King has a fat board right now, and I need to handle it. So I'm going to swing in 9 with the Lin. He's going to let the page 1 go. I'm going to swing 7 into face, and he's actually going to counter this one out. I probably would have left the cards in hand, but, you know. Then I'm going to play the Katakuri and put page 1 to the top, just because that is a big body, and I don't want to see it again for a while. It is kind of hard when you're constantly giving your opponent life, but to manage that board, you gotta. Page 1 swings in for 7. I was kind of hoping for a trigger there, but unfortunately I didn't get it. I do have to counter out of the ulti swing, and now I got the counter I was hoping for. I do have 2 crocodiles in hand, a Kiku and a Oh Come My Way, so I definitely have enough healing for the next couple turns. As long as my deck keeps giving me counter, that'd be great. So I swing 8 into the page 1, he lets that go. He definitely doesn't have any counter for any of that. He's gonna have to take this one, because at most he has a 2k counter. I'm gonna keep adding life and keep adding pressure. Though this is the good thing about Croc, is that he is able to ramp up, kind of like Pudding, really quickly up into the 4 Dawn turn, where I'm putting big body after big body after big body. Right now, King puts out Kaido, uses leader ability to neg 2 to my Crocodile, and then uses the Kaido ability to trash my Crocodile and trash one of my cards. I did not want to give up one of my counter cards because I did see him swinging in here. I probably should have got rid of the Nirotori instead, but, you know, hindsight is 20/20. Right now, since he doesn't have any tapped characters, I do have to kind of swing in face. It's fine, because he does have a lot of life that he needs to take. I play out the Crocodile and add another life. I'm kind of expecting him to play another Kaido just to manage my board a little bit more, just because now I have the upper hand. In this section right here, I did have to speed it up just because he did take some time to think, and I mean, I do put on a lot of pressure, so it's definitely worth it. He uses an Ice Age to -5 to my Crocodile, and then uses a Lin to put the Crocodile into my life, taking away some of that pressure. Right here, King puts the 1 onto Kaido, swinging 10 into the Katakuri. I don't have enough counters, so I'm gonna have to let it go. And now I'm back at full life. I'm gonna play out the Hirotori, Gonna add 3 to the Valentine, swinging 5 again. They're gonna counter out, and then I'm gonna go 6 and pass the turn. Again, they have 2 big bodies. I do not want to lose my Lin anytime soon. They are gonna risk it for the biscuit, blocking it out and then countering. I personally probably would not have done that. I would probably let the kid go or take the life. They do have to think a little bit. I have put them in an awkward position. They're going to add 4 Dawn to their leader, swinging in for 9, and then I'm just going to take it because I do have more life than them. I do get a 2K, it's going to help me out a little bit, but not too much. I was kind of hoping for either an Kiku or a Crocodile there. Now they're going to play out a Sanji blocker, and then swing in 10 with their Lin. Once they swing in, I'm going to use my Oh Come My Way into the Hyoko and then pull out the Niatori. I probably should have taken that one, but it is what it is. Now they're going to swing 9 into life, and I do take that. I am super glad that I do have a lot of counter in my hand. Unfortunately, I do wish that it was like another big body, something to gain me life, because that's all I need right now. We're gonna swing 7 with the Valentine, 7 with the Crocodile. He's gonna take 1 and he's gonna block and counter out of the second one. Now I'm debating on whether going 9-9, but I'm just gonna do a solid 7 into life. Hopefully he's gonna block that one out, but he doesn't, he takes it. So now I'm gonna go 11 into the Kaido. He's going to block that and take it. I do have quite a few counter cards, so I'm feeling okay. I just don't feel great because I don't have that extra life from one of my healing cards. Thankfully, King helps me out there by placing down the 9 Lin and putting the Niatori at the bottom of my life. That is a very smart play. I would not want to deal with that, especially if you were to KO it. It brings out a blocker, and I do have the next version in my hand, so it's definitely a nice thing that they put it to the bottom. Currently, King's gonna add 1 to leader, swing 6 into the Valentine, and that is a no-brainer. I'm gonna let it go. So now he's gonna swing 9 into life, and I could counter, but I want to see what it is. It is a Valentine searcher. I'm gonna search out a Miss All Sunday. He's gonna swing 9 into the Lin, and I'm just gonna counter out. Now, unfortunately, I did not see another, Crocodile or Lin, so I'm gonna play out the Miss All Sunday for 5, ramping a card, and then the Miss Wednesday to block out of something. I'm gonna swing 9 into the Lin, he's gonna block out, and then I'm gonna swing 7 into life, he's gonna take that card. King has me bent over with a belt in hand. He's got a big monstrous board, and I've got a single blocker with 6 counter in hand and the potential 1 Oh Come My Way. Right here, I'm banking on the Miss Wednesday effect just so that way I could use the Oh Come My Way, because it's the only way I'm gonna stay alive. Unfortunately, they do have the Kamazo. When paired with the leader ability, they are able to take out the Miss Wednesday blocker. And this is my end. They're a very skilled player, a very skilled King player. They definitely make me want to play King. Unfortunately, I'm not much of a black player. Just a lot of math for me, and I'm just never good at math, unfortunately. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching, and if you guys could do the LCS, that'd be really great. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys, and have a good one. This is Ruthless Axe, signing off.